Listen up, you high-earning, debt-free motherfuckers. If you are making over $100,000 a year and you don't have any investment in real estate, you are leaving money on the table. Let me explain. I was in your shoes a few years ago. I had a good job, no debt, but I had no assets to my name. I knew I wanted to create a better life for myself, but I wasn't really sure how to go about it. And I knew that saving was not the way to do it. And in today's world, saving is definitely not the way to do it. It's even worse now than it was then, but it was bad then. It's always been bad. I knew that saving my money was not going to cut it. That's when I learned the power of real estate investing. And honestly, I wish that I would have gotten involved in real estate investing a few years previous, but it is what it is. I'm kind of a good story for it. You're never too old, because I started late and here I am. Real estate is one of the best ways to build wealth. I'm sure you know that. I'm sure that's why you're watching it, but it's really true. There are more real estate millionaires than any other industry. That's a really cool little stat. Not only is real estate investing one of the best ways to build wealth, but it's also really good for busy people because there's really not that much management involved. With real estate, you can put your money to work for you, but you don't have to spend a lot of time managing it. And I am here as a resource for explaining how to manage real estate. I have a very small team that is very easy to manage and works really well. It's a simple blueprint, it's a simple system. I can teach it to you and you can do it. Here are a few of the benefits of owning real estate. Leverage. You can use other people's money to buy property, which can magnify your returns. Specifically, you can get with a bank and obviously leverage the crap out of something. You put the down payment down and you have the bank put the rest of the money down and you're getting the appreciation based on the full amount, which is just one of the awesome things of leverage. It amplifies how much money you can actually make. Appreciation, that's another huge thing. Real estate prices tend to go up over time, which means your investments grow. We had 1 year where our investments across our portfolio grew over 35%. So I mean, it's really easy to just have something take off. We've had single investments go up higher than that, obviously. Forced appreciation. You can increase the value of real estate by doing some small jobs. We know specifically what jobs cause a really quick ROI. Obviously, it's mostly kitchens and bathrooms, but we can get into the complete specifics about that and how to source materials and such to make that even more profitable. Cash flow. Rental properties generate cash flow. Cash flow is king. You want that cash flow. This can help you pay down the debt and build the value of the assets. You can also just put cash in your pocket. Debt pay down. You can use the equity in your rental properties to pay down other debts, such as your mortgage and student loans. Debt pay down is awesome. There's a couple ways to tap into the equity as it grows. As your debt pays down and your appreciation goes up, all that spread is your money. It's sitting in the house, but there's ways to get it out. You can do a cash out refinance and you can do a home equity line of credit to pull that money out and use it in other places. Again, I can talk more about that. Tax benefits. This is probably the most underrated of all, but it might be the best, especially if you're a high earner. If you're in a W-2 job and you're a high earner, there are tons of tax benefits coming. All the forced appreciation you do, all the work you do can be deducted, and you can get depreciation, and you can do cost segregation analysis to really boost the depreciation. This is not to be taken lightly. This is a lot of money. I had a property last year which I was able to depreciate basically an extra $40,000, which just came right off. It was taxes I was going to owe, and boom, I didn't owe it. The only thing I owed was to New York State, because New York State is really aggressive. And as you can see, I'm no longer in New York, I'm in Florida, and taxes is one of the reasons. There's many other reasons why I prefer Florida, but it is what it is. So tax benefits, there are a number of tax benefits. We can go into more detail, but that's a really, really big deal. So basically, I know it can be scary to invest in real estate, but it's kind of the only game in town. If you leave your money in the bank, it's being eaten away by inflation. You want something that is the opposite. And what is so cool about real estate is that you have inflation-induced debt destruction. This is such a cool concept. But the more that the government inflates our money and the more we would have lost our value, that also means that our debts are becoming smaller because they're not worth as much. As the dollar is worth less, it takes more dollars to buy less, and that essentially means that it's easier to pay down your debt, and obviously your tenant is paying down your debt, or your STR guest is paying down your debt. So it gets easier and easier to match that, and you eat away at your debt and you create more and more equity, and that also forces appreciation. So basically all of the things that are kind of annoying about inflation work in your favor. And you see the way our government operates, so that's pretty cool to have that working in your favor. That's a real plus. So you kind of watch government policies and you scratch your head and go, why the hell are they doing that? However, you're watching it and you're going, well, I mean, fuck it, it's good for me. So, it could be worse. Those are the things, basically. Like I said, it can be really scary, but honestly, it's the best decision I ever made. I got my whole finances in order. I'm what they call financially free, which means I'm able to sit back, not work at all, and have enough income coming in to pay all my bills and still have money left over. That said, I obviously still work. I enjoy working. I'm really lucky that I really like my job. That's also one of the pluses. You may also get the bug and fall in love with this. It's a lot of fun. If you want to learn more, just DM me. You can DM me anything. DM me Evil Landlord and I'll give you some information, or DM me cash flow and I will give you some information. Don't wait any longer. The time is now. Our economy is a shambles, our government's a mess. Hopefully it gets better, but there is no guarantee it will, so I would do it right now. DM me immediately and get started on this. This is, like I said, I wish I did it earlier. When I was running my bar, this is between 2009 and 2015, I was making so much more just like easy cash, and I really wish that I, rather than just spending it on dumb stuff, put it into investments, I would be absolutely reaping the rewards now, all these things like 14 years later. But that said, I started later and I'm still doing really well. It only takes a couple of years to really get rolling. I mean, I know people who did it way faster than me. You might be one of those people. So DM me, let's get this started.